Good day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is the Boom Bar right here on your Boom Radio NG. And I bid you one more welcome to the bar today. It is Friday. Whoop whoop. It is the end of the week for some people, but right here on Boom Radio, it is all day, every day where we give you everything round the clock. But right here at the bar, it is basically where we give you everything sports, politics, and everything else in between. Today is Friday. We're going to be talking about quite a number of things. We're talking about music. Yes, as much as there's a lot of music that dropped over the week, there's also a lot of gist around music that happened this week as well. We're going to be talking about that. Sports, we know that is the international break and World Cup qualifiers are still on. We're going to be talking about the African playoffs, and not just African playoffs, actually, the World Cup qualifiers generally. Yesterday was a very eventful one all around the world, so we're going to be talking about that a lot as well. And there's a lot of drama happening in Nigeria. For some people, they'll say, "Oh, as usual, it's not out of place here." But we're going to be talking about that a lot. Somebody is getting suspended for things that they had said a couple of years ago. New words are popping up. For people that do not know, I'm probably like you, a lot of words that I just found out existed today, and a whole lot of other things we're going to be talking about today. The PDP is saying that they're going ahead with their convention. We'll see, and we're seeing updates from that as well. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show with us today. Yeah, my name is Dolupo, and with me in the studio is Sola Rogers.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank God it's Friday. New Music Friday.
Alrighty, so like I said earlier, there are quite a number of things we're going to be talking about today. Today promises to be a very, very interesting one. There's a lot of gist happening around. And I was going to start with, since it's Friday, let's start with some music. But before we even go to the music that has dropped this week, there are quite a number of things that I will say, very interesting things that happened this week. I think one of it is was from Adekunle Gold, and I think it's actually kind of like a good thing. The extended version of, would I say, his hit song from his new album, and how he had the original owner of the song and the person that sampled it and him all on the same song. I think it was such a beautiful thing. It got a lot of people talking. In fact, I saw a lot of tweets talk about how the addition of, if you do not know, Adewale Ayuba on that song, it made it now really very, very Fuji. What's the problem?
Very Fuji. Yeah, because people took Dekunle's album release, literally like when he said Fuji and all of that. But Fuji, in naming an album, is being creative about it. He didn't say he was dropping a Fuji album.
Yeah.
Do you understand? It was him identifying with his roots and also showing how versatile his sound is, how eclectic it could be. You get. But it's beautiful, regardless, that there are about different 2 or 3 different generations of Nigerian music, all meshed in one song. How Ayefele, Yinka Ayefele is so humble, so supportive, to work with Dekunle, and Dekunle being so creative to want to have Ayefele on a song. And of course, the man himself, Mr. Johnson, Adewale Ayuba, he's always been that guy. His brand of Fuji has been that no controversies, is more about dance and solid message from time to time. You get that, and you mesh it. You just mash it up, and it gives you many, many, many people. It's beautiful. I loved the album version, and I like the remix or extended version, as it's called.
Extended version of it. That's a very interesting thing. Like I said, maybe because these days, and I like the idea that a lot more people, which in my own books, I think that after a while, the idea of Fuji seemed to be, it didn't seem to be as popular with a lot more younger people anymore, but I really like the fact that there's a lot of merging into it now, and in fact, people are beginning to appreciate. If you go back and listen to this, there's a lot of Nigerian music that is not just Afrobeats. So I think that it's such a very beautiful thing. It's such a beautiful thing to be alive to see this kind of thing.
I think it goes beyond the music. I think Africans, Nigerians have started to realize how amazing they are and how much of a trip their own culture and tradition is, their own music.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening now. Everybody is dressing Afrocentric. Everybody is eating, Niger food. Everything is just happening. And I pray it lasts forever.
Yeah, it keeps on like that. Anyway, another conversation or another gist that happened. I don't know if we will call this good news. Yeah. We know that I think earlier in the week, Wizkid's son, who is we'll say the champs, if I'm correct with that
state name champs. Bolutife, Balogun,
released his first EP. Very, very, very interesting times, and his song went #1 on Apple Music Nigeria, and I think that it was such a very nice thing. If you cannot ride on your father's popularity, what are you doing? But
the beauty of it is that not just riding on it, riding well, because it was actually good music.
It was good music,
coming from him. We didn't see it coming. We didn't until a few weeks ago when he dropped the snippet. We didn't see that there was going to be a second generation Wizkid Balogun.
It's actually very, very, very nice to see. And you would think that, that's where the gist ended. No, that's not where the gist ended. That's not where I'm going.
You like trouble.
No, but that's really that is the gist. Sorry, that's the gist to me I want to talk about. The gist I want to talk about is that one uncle, because at this point, Uncle Ni, compared to that boy, is an uncle. It's literally that boy's uncle. Decided to drop a song 24 hours after with the same name of this young, talented boy's the title of his EP. And you'll be wondering who the uncle is. Oh yes, you probably did not guess right if you didn't know before. Dammy Crane.
Dammy Crane for the girls.
And I was still ranting about it. I know it was yesterday or 2 days ago. I was still ranting about it to him. Only for him to give me a shocker and say that apparently he's been doing that for a while.
For real though. So this is what it is. Dammy Crane, sometime this year, got a brainwave, and
maybe that wave should go back to the brain because that is not waving.
So what it does is that whenever any popular artist is dropping a song, he takes that title and drops the song immediately too, either about the same time the person is dropping the song or just after the person has dropped the song. So in a matter of minutes, you just hear Cardi B drops a song titled, let's say, XYZ to the Z, and Dammy Crane drops a song titled XYZ to the Z. So he's done it with Young John, done it with the Wizkid song, he's done it with virtually every song that's dropped it. Ira Star has a collabo with Rema, Who's That Girl. He has a song called Who's That Girl. So that's why. So when Bolutife dropped Champion is Coming or Champs Coming or something, that's it now, Abby. That's the title of the song again. The Champion is Coming or something like that. He actually dropped an EP. The title track, like she said, Uncle Dammy Crane also did the same thing. And sadly, I see people hailing him. Some people say, that this version is even better, or this one. I've seen a few comments like that. But I just want to...
Are you people...
I want to say it as it is in my own view. I think it's very disgusting.
It's very low. Very low.
I think it's a terrible place to be.
The name of the EP is Champion's Arrival.
Yeah, and that's what he's done too. I think it's distasteful. I think it's disgraceful. I think it's unbecoming.
See, it's bad enough you're doing it to every other person.
Of a creative artist.
A child.
Just picture a scenario where let's take it out of music and take it into movies. And what's his name now? Jagun Jagun drops by I think it's Femi Adebayo, right?
Yeah.
Then his friend Odunlade drops Jagun Jagun. Now Odunlade can drop an epic movie. Do you get? And Jagun Jagun is an epic, yeah? It's set in the days of yore. But it won't call it Jagun Jagun, and the storyline will be different.
Yeah.
So, but I think it doesn't work. It doesn't augur well for creativity. It doesn't augur well for the industry.
Respect yourself.
And some people are actually
that's
egging
my
him
own.
on.
Respect yourself.
I saying Dami Crane, nice one.
If
for
you're
real?
if you're going to do whatever it is you're going to do, respect yourself. You are no longer a child.
Nah.
Now you are now dragging views with a child. It's
Not
literally a child.
Not just that. It's not even dragging views. They are promoting him when you say it's dragging views. It's more or less trying to feed off
a 14-year-old.
Yeah, that's what
attention.
You're trying to do.
You're just an attention seeker. At this point,
it's a shame.
It's ridiculous.
It's a shame. If we had the knock of the week of the or we had one kind terrible award to give you for this week, you'll be the person. You'll be the scum of the week or something.
It's ridiculous. Let's not even go there. It's just ridiculous. Whoever it is that advised you, they did not advise you well. Go and look for something. Go and look for something else to be doing with your life. Anyway, I've said my own and I've said it. I think that today there's supposed to be an Olamide concert in Canada. Yeah, if I'm correct, today actually, the man seems to be in his what's he called mode. In his concert mode at the moment. I think in a few weeks he's going to be having another one in the UK as well and all that. So we'll see all that gist. So still talking music. So there are quite a number of things that popped up this week. Sheyi Vibes dropped his album Fujimoto. Omale dropped the song where I talked about
Finally.
Champs dropped Champion's Arrival, the EP. Nonso Amadi also dropped an EP called To Cry a Flood as well. There are quite a number of songs also. Ruga dropped Muhammad Ali. Bodge dropped 2 songs. He featured one featuring Mavo Diamonds and featured Olamide on another one, Contraband. One Day Code dropped Them Go Pay. Tenny and Gunners dropped Speed. Wale also, that's also another conversation that happened this week as well. Somebody did we'll say a short documentary on the influence that Wale has had on Nigerian music and how he's really promoted his Nigerian heritage. And I think that the documentary got bigger because Wale went on that and he interacted a lot with that. It's apparently he too posted a lot of music that he had with quite a number of people, likes of Olamide, Davido, Wizkid, quite a number of Nigerian artists he's done a lot of work with. So that is another very interesting thing that happened this week. So it's a lot of music out there. Actually, it's also going to be right here. And before we leave the idea of music, there's now actually a new Maven.
Yeah, a new Maven was activated at midnight.
Yeah.
Lovely story behind it. The guy's dad, I think he was 17 years old then, when his father actually did send DMs to Don Jazzy, telling him about his 17-year-old son. But Don Jazzy did not see anything. He didn't see the message until when the guy was 19 and the father reached out again. And of course, there's the Maven Academy, and they've had him there. And now at 21, he's dropped his first EP at midnight. I've listened to one of the songs, and of course, it's nothing less than what you expect from a Maven product. Lovely story.
I think he's called Cupid
Season. Yeah. So lovely story right there. One person that Dolupo might have skipped is also dropped new work today is World. To me, arguably one of the best voices out of Nigeria, World, and he's dropped I think Metal Hearts or something. Please go check it out. Check out all these guys on Spotify, Apple Music, or any of the platforms you like to listen to them, or keep listening to Boom Radio NJ as we drop new music Niger for you.
Okay, so now let's move a bit from music and let's go to sports. So there was I would say that yesterday was very, I won't say chaotic, I would say very eventful. There was a lot happening in Africa. There was a lot happening around the world for a lot of people that do not, I'm not sure a lot of people realize that a lot of countries are still not qualified for the World Cup. So there's still a lot, as much as some people are already playing friendlies, there's still a lot of games that have to still, and you think that, oh, because Africa is playing playoffs. No, some people have not even finished playing, because also the Euros qualifiers are also ongoing, like in Europe as well. So there's still a lot of games that they are also having to get played. So now, before we come to Nigeria, the obvious gist that we're going to be talking about, let's first go through a lot of World Cup qualifier games that happened yesterday. Very eventful ones. Anyway, before the eventful one, Iceland defeated Azerbaijan 2-0 yesterday. France has officially now qualified. One would have thought that maybe France would have qualified a long time ago, yeah? They just finally qualified yesterday after 4-0. I saw a short interview of the coach, because they had played with Ukraine, and at halftime that game was 0-0. And he basically had told them that it's either this or we're going home. So you have to find a solution to whatever it is that is wrong with you people.
Yep.
And they came out second half, guns blazing, boom, and the game ended 4-0.
Kylian
Mbappe in favor of France. Yeah, Kylian Mbappe ended that game with a brace.
An assist though.
And an assist, yes, he did. Liverpool's Hugo Ekitike also had a goal in that game as well,
assisted by Mbappe
as well. And then Olise also had Michael Olise also had a goal in that game. So I think that it was actually a very nice game. At least finally we can say that France has now qualified for the World Cup qualifiers right there. Also, another interesting game that happened yesterday, I think Norway and Estonia. So apparently, I think Norway is just one game left to qualifying for FIFA World Cup. They've not qualified in over 30 years.
Yep.
But they seem to be doing well. And on that note, Italy also beat Moldova 2-0. It's not like it's something that you were...
Italy has had issues with qualifying for the World Cup.
Yeah, in the past recent times, actually. That's actually very, very true. Also, as much as...
Arsenal versus Serbia.
As much as England has qualified, they still had a qualifiers to play, and it was England versus Serbia, where
England versus Serbia. Did I say Arsenal versus Serbia?
2-0, and you might be wondering why he's saying so. The two people that scored the goal are both Arsenal players that scored yesterday. And another very interesting game that got a lot of people talking, or would I say that maybe a lot of people would have lost a lot of money yesterday, was Ireland and Portugal. So that game was supposed to seal Portugal's qualification for the World Cup. Yeah, another person that you'd have thought, oh, they should have qualified by now. No, they have not qualified. And it was a shocker. After first half, Ireland was defeating Portugal 2-0. Who would have thought?
Then nerves got frayed, tempers got flared,
and Mr. Ronaldo himself got a red card.
Viva Ronaldo. Very painful. I feel for him. You know, one of the hardest working, most talented, most skillful players that ever played the game, you know, and now his World Cup is hanging in the limbo.
Is hanging in the limbo, right?
And he already said, when he had that interview with Piers Morgan about 2 weeks ago, that, hey, this is going to be his last World Cup.
Yeah.
So can we just let him go first?
At this point, but they need one more game. If they cannot win that last game, they most likely might not be going to the World Cup. So it was quite eventful yesterday. Now let's come to Morocco, where the World Cup playoffs for CAF were going on. We know that four teams were vying for the
sole ticket
that was going to
Africa
the
at the international playoffs.
And it was quite a very interesting matchup yesterday. Even though let's take it from the later game, Cameroon Democratic Republic of Congo. Again, shout out to people that bet, because I think that I think on paper there was no how, and I'm not sure anybody ever gave Congo a chance that they were going to defeat Cameroon.
Yeah, because we all just thought it was going to be a Cameroon thing. But I'm glad that somewhere along the line, like yesterday when we were talking off camera, I was like, that's if Cameroon even eventually win, because again, there's a funny way football happens.
Yeah.
The person that wants it the most will always, triumph. And that's what happened yesterday. Not taking anything away from the Cameroonian team with all their talent. The Congo DR team, they wanted it more.
At times, could we say that at times luck actually happens?
Nah. Because for them to have held Cameroon goalless for so long,
up to like 80 something minute,
that's not luck.
It was, anyway, that game ended 1-0, and officially Congo is going to be playing in the African playoffs. Now, of course, people know who Democratic Republic of Congo is going to be playing. They're going to be playing Nigeria, and that was another, would I say, more eventful game. It was 0-0. Which, even though a lot of people had commended Nigeria, even with, if you see the stats, the first half was fantastic. They had a very great game, but the goals just never seemed to materialize. Then second half came, and then Akko Adams scored a few minutes after. Then Gabon decided to score, and then they were back to square one again. And then a few minutes, basically like a minute to the end of the game, Mr. Osimhen lost a very, very funny, I do not understand up till now what he was thinking at that point. It was just one-on-one him and the goalkeeper, and that ball went out.
It's called pressure.
And then went to, and if you read some of the things that people had to say about him, and then they went into 30 minutes of extra time, and it looked like as if these people were not the same people that had just finished playing 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And they went in, and it was just...
It must have been like a wake-up moment for them that, look, it's either...
It's now or never.
Yeah, because Nigeria didn't go to the last World Cup, which means Osimhen did not go. Ademola Lookman and a couple of them did not go. And if they don't go to this one,
that's it. They're most likely never going anymore, because they're most likely old at that point. Like I said, very eventful game. The 30 minutes came, and they decided to net in 3 more goals. Osimhen decided to step up and do all this, maybe right his wrongs. It was such a beautiful game to watch, and I think it was really nice. A lot of people have had a lot of accolades to say, even from the coach, even saying that even the fact that they did not even train, there was a whole day of training that they lost, and they still came out and they still won. A lot of people have had a lot of things to say with the new introduction of a few players and how they've done really, really well for the team, and how they look like their favorites to go on. But however, football is football. They still have quite a long
it's
way
not going to be
go.
a walk in the park.
It's for Democratic Republic of Congo to hold Cameroon. I don't think that Nigeria is going to have it easy with them. Everybody needs to go in like they really do want it. So I think on Sunday they're going to be playing that finals on Sunday
night.
And then we'll move on from that. We know what is going to happen, but definitely it was a very eventful, very, very, very eventful day in football. Also, finally, before we go, does not look like Remo Stars is behaving like defending champions at this point. Enugu Rangers also defeated them at home yesterday again.
Yeah.
At this point, a problem tiwa.
Yeah, obviously, and they have their work cut out for them. They basically are trying to play their outstanding games, and it's not even going well for them.
It's not going well for them. Apparently, a lot of people had said that maybe even the timing of the game did not help. Both coaches of that game, and the game was at the same time where the Super Eagles was being played, were also not around because they're also assistant coaches for the Super Eagles, for the national team. So it's safe to say that, take for example Remo Stars, their coach was not around, but we'll say it's not an excuse because at least Enugu Rangers won their game and their coach is not there as well.
Exactly, no excuses.
So there's no excuse for anybody. But anyway, but it's still the international weekend. So if your country has not qualified, you're still going to be holding breath and seeing a lot of things that are going to be happening over the weekend. It's still football, that kind of football. Not very interesting football this weekend in my own book, but they shall say you should watch it, so you shall watch it. Anyway, CAF has now announced free e-visas for fans attending AFCON Morocco 2025.
Yeah, and same CAF has revealed that close to 300,000 tickets have been sold already for the games, and they're selling another batch of tickets now online. I think there's a Yala app that you could go check out and download to use, and also CAF tickets online and everything. You can search for CAF, or AFCON tickets. It's looking like it's going to be an interesting December.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it will be. A lot of people might have forgotten because of the World Cup playoffs, World Cup qualifiers that's happening. But yeah, next month, AFCON is happening next month, which I think even the qualifiers that take for example the Super Eagles are playing is very good warm-ups.
It is actually very good because these are grade A games. So you're playing top teams.
Yeah, so
and that's going to,
and those are probably the teams that you also meet at AFCON. So it's actually very, very good for them at the moment. So anyway, let's move on from that. Let's go to a bit of gist. First things first, the president is reappointed Buba Marwa as NDLEA chairman. I think he started as NDLEA chairman under former President Buhari, and President Tinubu seems to have faith in him that he should continue.
Yeah, so a bit of history between them. Remember that this was the former military, governor of Lagos before Tinubu.
Oh, he was one that handed over to Tinubu.
Yeah,
oh, wow.
Remember Buba Marwa Gardens and all. He was.
I know that he was a governor of Lagos State at some point. I didn't know that it was that recent.
Yeah, it was. So it was Marwa to Tinubu, then as military to democratic and all of that. It was an ambassador at some point in time. I think he even entered politics, but it didn't go his way. All of that. Then, of course, they brought him into a place that's looking like his forte now. And that was about 5 years ago.
NDLEA seems to have a new verb since.
Under Marwa, I think they've improved. You can say he's had a decent run.
Yes. That you can't actually fault his reappointment.
No, you can't.
I don't think you can fault it. And really, like what they say, when he ain't broke, don't fix it,
man. Don't try to fix it.
There's no point looking for somebody else. You can do it. Please continue the work. So that makes a whole lot of sense. I'm speaking about the NDLEA. They announced that they destroyed 52,481 kilogram of illicit drugs in Kaduna State.
Alone,
yes. News police rescued 2 Benue teenagers from human traffickers in Ibadan.
That's a very sad story, So this person takes these young girls, he's also from, the person that's taking them is also from Benue State. And he's like, he's going to get them jobs in Ibadan. And they get there and the man turns them into prostitutes. And not only that. It's
not even foul, Ibadan. Oh, God.
Not only that, it's also now more or less like acting like he's kidnapped them and he's trying to get their parents. He's trying to extort money off the parents. So this is you destroying them girls' life and also trying to the evil that we do to ourselves.
It's
amazing.
It really
the police,
amazing.
have arrested him. The kids, the girls are being rehabilitated as we speak, and they're being taken care of. And I'm hoping that. Sadly, there's no first lady in Benue State. It's usually a case
Oh,
for
okay, there's no
yeah,
that's true.
because you know the
Yeah, so at times maybe
it's usually a case for the
it's
first
not-
lady
yeah,
of the state or something.
because those things are not constitutional, but at times
Yeah.
they're actually like
yeah,
needed.
it's a scenario like this, you know, that you would hope that
But you have
they,
at least
they
they should
can
have.
they can take them away from whatever situation that
They
they
should
are
have
in now.
commissioner of women affairs and all that, hopefully, in the state. So maybe should come up with those kind of things. Now, let's even move away from all that and let's do a bit of come down to a bit of politics. Very interesting conversation that is happening. First things first, the PDP is still gearing up, saying that the convention is going to happen. I think it's supposed to happen tomorrow and Sunday, according to them. We know that there's been a lot of back and forth. In fact, there have been 3 court orders on this particular convention. 1 for them, and 2 against this convention happening. But a lot of PDP stalwarts have come out to say that this thing is going to happen with or without the court order. That there's even pictures of the location in Ibadan being set up and all that. And before I even go on, my question is, if you still go ahead with it, isn't it just waste of money? Because if you go ahead with it and whatever it is, and maybe INEC does not come, which INEC has been told not to attend
by the court.
So if they do not come, didn't you it's almost like people just decided to do party.
Yeah, basically it's something that requires a legal backing. You get, there has to be some legal angle to it, that whatever decisions are taken there are binding on the party. You get, do they need to have a convention? Yes, they do. It's part of the tenet of running the party and all of that. You know, you have this, then I think the next one will be an elective congress or something. Do they need to have a convention or congress? Yes, they do. Do they need to go ahead with tomorrow's one? No, they don't. The reason why is what Dolupo has pointed out, and the implications are that whatever decisions they take there will continue to be controversial. What it means is that anything they do there is illegal. So if at that place they decide that this is their new official this and that and whatever, it's going to bring problems because they are pending court cases. I think it's a dangerous thing, and again, also disregarding the courts is also not a good, because at the end of the day, you're going to end up in the courts, and you might need to tell the courts why you disrespected their, their order. So I don't know why they're going ahead.
You don't
with
see
it.
why this is making sense.
And even some of the party stalwarts, one of the biggest, the former Senate president, former governor of Kwara, has also said, you guys chill.
Yeah, he
Let's
said
look
that
at,
they should have a caretaker committee
and all of that.
This convention should not go ahead. I would even say, even if you claim that you have a court judgment for this to hold, the fact that there's so much contention around it is enough to actually stall it a bit.
Now,
let everybody be on the same page before you go ahead.
Now, another funny thing about it is that, for instance, the governor of Rivers State is not going to go there.
It's not?
Simple Bara. It's not going to go. Simple Bara will not go. Wike will not go.
No, Wike will not go. We know Wike
Fayose will not go.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Fayose's birthday today is 65 today.
Yeah, shout out to Oshoko.
So,
I used to say Oshoko, but
apparently
it's
Oshoko. Yeah.
There's a Oshoko more something.
Yeah, it's Oshokomole.
Fantastic, yeah. So happy birthday to you, sir. The thing about it is that how many governors do they have, and one already is not going?
But how are we sure that he's not going to go? He's still a PDP governor.
He's not going. I'm saying that Fubara is not going.
Okay.
You get, the sad part again is that of the governors that are left, at least 2 of them that will go are still likely to leave the party.
I honestly feel that at this point, maybe
the PDP, it's not convention that is your problem. What you need is a proper truth and reconciliation committee that you can look at what is left of the party and rebuild from there. Nigeria still needs you, honestly.
I feel that the governor of your state really wants to have a party. He wants to spend money because really.
And maybe they've already paid vendors, so they can't collect monies back.
And that's why I say that. So you want to do party, because at the end of the day, what else?
In a whole stadium.
If nothing is gonna happen at the end of the day, if whatever it is that you claim to do is still going to be maybe nullified by a court, worse of if a court is even far because someone has to go to court, Abi. If INEC does not attend, it's a party.
Null and void.
You are going there to do party. Anyway, still talking about politics. Deputy Governor of Osun State and immediate past National Secretary of the All Progressives Congress, Senator Iyola Omishore, is now the first governorship aspirant to pick APC's nomination and expression of interest forms ahead of the 2026 governorship election in the state.
Senator Omishore, do not take him for granted when it comes to grassroots politics, especially in Osun State. He has a very strong support base and structure, and he's tried in the past, and there was at some point in time he even stepped down to help the APC win one particular gubernatorial seat a couple of years ago. And within the APC, he's not going to be the only candidate, but he has made himself the first to put his money where his mouth is.
Yeah,
interesting times are ahead because the incumbent, who is of the PDP, is also going to be contesting.
Yeah, and then we've seen even the APC.
There are other people that are going to come out.
A lot of people that are going to be coming out. Generally, you know that Osun State governorship elections have always been very interesting. We know that even from the presidential elections, Osun State is one of, we'll say, a battleground state. Is never really clear cut.
Their votes are always swinging.
Yeah, it's never really clear cut who is going to win what. That especially APC and PDP. Now we don't even know we don't know about I will still say, for the fact that they have a PDP governor, they probably still have very good standing. Or PDP probably still has a very good standing in Osun State.
Yeah, but again, the question is, has he done enough for the people to return him? You know?
So I know that
it's going to be interesting.
It's very interesting. It has always been like that. Anybody that has followed politics will know that Osun State election has never really been clear cut. It has never been. It is always, whoever wins always win by a very tiny margin.
And there's another angle. It's also going to be a litmus test, just like the one that happened in Anambra and Peter Obi failed. Shola Rogers said so. It's a litmus test for Rauf Aregbesola, who is the national. Dolupo. These are facts here. Is the national secretary of the ADC, the party that has told the president of Nigeria that they are going to remove him, that they are doing this to remove him.
So Osun State,
he's the national secretary, and they expect him to deliver the entire Southwest. But let him start by delivering the gubernatorial seat to the ADC. This is the most interesting angle to everything, because there have been a lot of inter-party coalitions that are not solid. For instance, it is rumored that while he was in the APC, he supported the incumbent. It is a rumor. It's alleged that he supported Ademola Adeleke of the PDP to become governor against his own party and successor. And of course the results are glaring. The APC lost. Although it was a close race, but the APC lost. So are we going to discountenance the power and structure of the former two-time governor of Osun, two-time minister, who is also now national secretary of the ADC? It's a litmus test. It's more even about him for me if the ADC cannot win in Osun State.
Yeah. So we definitely will say, like you said, is another angle to point out. Is he going to deplete the votes of both the PDP and the APC in Osun State? That's a very.
She sees it as depleting. I'm saying it's not about him depleting and not winning. I'm saying
it's
that
about him winning.
Him winning is whoever is
as
the
a former
ADC's candidate
governor
must win for them to actually be serious about taking over
but
power at the national
seeing
level.
what happened last week,
But I'm
as
not,
a former governor of Anambra State and his
Dolupo,
party couldn't pull anyone.
let's be very
Are
honest.
we going to say that?
Let's be very honest.
I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen. I'm just saying that it would not be. It could be. It could happen, but I won't. Okay, let me use myself as I will not be surprised if nothing really comes out of it.
Okay, so I drew that parallel by bringing out Obi, and I said he failed in Anambra because his party didn't even come second or third.
Yeah.
I deliberately brought that, but if you are going to talk about grassroots sports, grassroots politics, sports don't go kill us. Grassroots politics, would you discountenance the strength of Ralph Aregbesola?
No. I'm not discountenancing it. What I'm saying is that it will be disappointing if the ADC does not have a good showing in Osun State.
My point exactly.
But I would not be surprised.
No, you had already said it from the angle of assuming that it was going to deplete votes. I'm saying
that's what I'm saying. That.
Do you know we're more or less saying the same thing now?
Let me put it like this.
Okay.
With what the showing of the ADC and Labour Party in Anambra State last week, we cannot categorically say they depleted anybody's votes, because all of them, and SDP and PDP, all of them together did not even have as many votes. If you add it up, did not even have as many votes as the person that was third in that race.
Okay.
So their number was not going to make a difference in that election. That's why I'm saying
eventually, with the benefit of hindsight, in retrospect, their numbers did not.
Yes.
Before an election, Dolupo, for
that's
a
what
presidential
I'm saying.
candidate.
Are we going to see an ADC in Osun State depleting? Because the truth is, APC and PDP have a very good stand in Osun State, regardless of who is the governor. I don't think that APC has a bad stand, because if you look at last elections, so are we looking at it as him bringing his own set of voters, or him? That's where I'm coming from. Him depleting both of their votes.
Again, there was an election where it was Ademola Adeleke versus Oyetola, and it was so tight that it took Omishore, who was in another party, to support Oyetola
to win that election. Yeah,
they had some kind of runoff. Remember?
Yeah, and then
do you understand?
This time too, Aregbe had to basically. That's
the scenario I'm trying to paint for you. That if you understand Osun State politics, you will see that most times it's not just APC PDP alone. That there's always that third force that is required to
push one person
across the line.
Yeah.
So in the case of Oyetola versus Adeleke again, the second time,
it took Aregbe.
It was obvious that most of Aregbe's people were supporting Ademola Adeleke. It's obvious. Even during campaigns, you will see them there and everything. So now, that is gone. Ademola Adeleke does not have Aregbesola in his corner anymore. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So, but the APC would have their internal, wranglings, and they will settle it. Whoever they pick will be their candidate. So it is now going to be a 3-horse race. It's supposed to be, because of the level of Rauf Aregbesola, the man who was said to be number 2 to Tinubu before, based on the structure of their party when he was there in the Southwest. And the man that the ADC have put so much hope on. They are saying that, look, we expect this guy to deliver the Southwest. And I'm saying that for anybody that is expecting him to deliver the Southwest, he must first deliver his state.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That now it now goes beyond that 3-legged race. I need this person. Now he has to stand on his own and deliver the governor.
So that's what I'm saying. I get your angle. I'm saying
if he fails to do that,
but if he does, I will not be surprised.
If he fails to do that,
then we're just joking.
Then we now realize that Obi could not deliver Anambra to ADC or Labour on his own strength. You get. Aregbesola, if he doesn't do it, falls into that same category. Same way, Nasir El-Rufai, during the runoff elections in Kaduna, could not deliver. And now these are the people who are coming together Remember that there were local government elections in Rivers State. Rotimi Amechi is from there. I was expecting some stunts. Maybe take 1 or 2 local government to show them that, look, I just look now. I get the grags. So at the end of the day, the coalition might be DOA if they cannot show these pockets these pockets belong to us. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm looking at that microcosm and also expanding it to look at the impact it will have on the national
and
elections and
the
polity.
elections will be pretty much close to the 2027 election.
Exactly.
We're going to be seeing, and there at least in 2026, we're going to be seeing at least 2 governorship elections. There's going to be the Osun State elections. There's going to be the Ekiti elections, and I don't think Ondo elections are going to happen.
Ondo just had elections.
Ondo just had elections, yeah. So we're going to be seeing that, and like you said, I think it's those pockets that will be able to determine really if there's really something to fear or not.
That's what it is.
Anyway, moving on from that, so we'll see. We definitely will see what is happening there. Today is World Diabetes Day. And it's something that really affects a large chunk of people. It's not just Nigeria; it affects a lot of people. But the Anambra First Lady, Dr. Nonye Soludo, has now called for urgent and collective action to address the growing diabetes epidemic in Nigerian communities. And I think when it comes to things like diabetes, I think that a lot of people don't even realize that they have it until it's too late. Yeah,
and again, it's shocking how we don't seem to create awareness like we do for other things. You get, there's supposed to be this level of awareness that people need to understand how serious, diabetes is and can be, and it keeps getting worse. Look, there are products that are on sale and readily available that can make things worse for us, and they are being advertised and sold. The way cigarettes were taken off TV and radio, and even their packaging now has been made to be dull, that you must actually go out of your way to want to go and get a cigarette. As against before, when they
even have to have pictures of bad lungs and all that being put on it. They don't have
before it. There were adverts on radio. Cigata, get There was, they used the Bayewu song one time for this. There's this brand.
Benson and Hedges. There was we grew up with Rotmans. We grew up with all those adverts.
So they're all gone. They don't allow them to advertise anymore. Do you get? But their brands also doing things that lead directly to diabetes that are still advertising, and those things are readily available.
So we're not taking it as seriously as
the
way maybe we're
that's
taking
the problem.
Those other things. Really, I get your point. We hope that the government finds a way to do it. An update going back to the PDP elections now. Just now, a court has now issued another final order stopping the PDP national convention. Justice Peter Lifo of Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has issued a final order saying that the PDP should not proceed with the 2025 national convention scheduled for Ibadan.
As we speak, a lot of people have already traveled to Ibadan and things are happening.
That's what he court does not want them to do party. What do you mean?
They can just maybe invite 1 or 2 artists and tell them that they are doing concert. They understand.
That's my own. Like, are you saying
and
that
have a few speeches? The stadium has been decorated.
Like,
why is court doing like this now?
Let them to spend money. What do you mean?
They've already spent the money.
People have already planned that.
People are already in the hotels now.
They've already paid for Ashwebi. They've sown Ashwebi. What do you mean?
Why are you like this now?
I don't like this. What this court is doing.
The people that have cooking, they have cooked food. It will
food
now
cannot
waste.
Food cannot waste. Please.
See, me, PDP. I'm giving you an idea now. Say you want to do PDP concert, they can't say you should not do concert, and it's free concert, and your people will come. And during concert, you can now have speeches. Think about it. Think. I'm giving you something that will save you money here. Free advice. You're welcome, and you can ask for my account number.
How did we get to this point?
Saving them billions of naira. You don't think we need to get compensated for that?
Anyway, Mr. Yesom Wike talking about all the back and forth that happened to him, I guess today he actually addressed a couple of media houses, and he said that he had heard that his staff were being attacked, and he cannot sit in the office while justifying his actions for going to having that altercation with that soldier.
He also says that he respects constituted authority and all of that, right?
Yeah.
I think they're both wrong, and I think Minister Wike is wronger. If there's such a word,
Yeah.
you know. So look at it this way: you're a lawyer, you are the FCT minister, you are holding forth actually for the president of Nigeria, you know, because that position is meant for the president, but of course he has to appoint someone. So if you picture all of that, you still had no business going there physically. As a lawyer, you understand that you are not allowed to lay your hands on anybody. It's a crime. Do you understand? So now that the military people have allegedly laid their hands on your staff, what do you do to crimes? You report. Do you understand? Report to police, report to the military command. How would you, sir, go there physically in the first place? Not only did you go there physically, you had the media with you, and there was an altercation, there was a back and forth. And there were words that were said that shouldn't have been said. Do you understand? And a lot of people blame the soldier, the naval guy. And sadly, our reality is that in the military, he has to obey the last order he got from his superior officer, whom you are not. Sadly, he doesn't see you as him.
As him, yeah. I think
So,
where the problem is, it's not about the guy, it's about his superior.
Yeah, there's a chain of command. So, and I saw a part of the video where Yamson Wike said that he has spoken to the chief of defense
staff.
Now look at this guy, to chief of defense staff. You really
you have no business having a conversation with him. I get.
So you get okay when you even decided to go there physically. And I know how anger he is. I understand. And I know say you be strong man. You don't go back down for anybody. But bros, reason now. You
so
get
there was
there.
a conversation, and they said that the chief of defense staff had said that he was going to investigate and get back to him. So wait for the investigation.
That's it. That's what you should have done. Honestly, for me, I don't think he should have done what he did. And the soldier guy, a lot of people will fault him. Fine, but you'll be shocked that the guy will get promoted because this is what they are taught in the academy.
So where I have a problem with him, and I will not say I have a problem with him, is, and I think that is about the retired naval officer that sent him there, is because really and truly, if there's really nothing that has to do with that land, why do you need soldiers to be guarding? Really, I think that on the issue of the land, I think the naval officer has goofed.
Standard.
At this point, I think he has goofed. I think at this point, I don't think that, especially the person that is still going to sign your papers, I don't see Wike coming back from that and, because the question is, if there's really nothing about it, why do you need soldiers that are really supposed to be fighting for Nigeria to be guarding a land?
You'll be shocked at how many times this happens in Nigeria.
It does happen.
There's a
but
conflict.
You don't wonder, like, I thought we said our soldiers are depleted.
Well,
but
regardless of how depleted they are or
we
not,
have people to be guarding land.
If you still find your way to one or two public places, you still find uniform people doing things that they shouldn't be doing. That's a very funny matter. So in protecting them and their professionalism, stop giving them these assignments too.
Yes, exactly.
The story is very clear now, and it's now on the former Navy chief that owns the land or part of that land to actually prove that he has approval for construction and the type of construction that he has. There have been a lot of allegations and rumors about Wike's this and that. And I always say to people that, look, if you all have proof, you need to do the right thing and put it out.
If you don't, then there's
Or go to court.
then all this back and forth is
Or
not
do
gonna,
both.
it's really not going to help you. Anyway, finally, before we go, there's a conversation that has been going on social media, I would say, since this morning or yesterday, actually. Where a particular guy who is known to be an official tech bro, very rich at that. He's a co-founder of a very popular tech company, Paystack, about the kind of things that he put out on social media a couple of years ago, and has got a lot of people having a lot of conversations after it was said that he had some relations with a particular lady, and so it's the lady that outed him now, and there's a lot of back and forth. As of yesterday, he had deactivated his account. This morning now, it said that his company has suspended him over some sexual misconduct allegations.
Yeah, and the company also say that they will be investigating everything that has gone down. There's also the line where you read where they're saying that, of course, these messages were put out before, the founding of Paystack. Paystack as a brand is doing very well in their niche. It's one of the few fintechs that are actually doing very well, and you want to be proud of them. But one of the co-founders seems to have put himself in a big spot of bother. However, a lot of opinions have been flying left, right, and center. One of the things that's been said, is that I think the blue tab.
You're looking for? No, I'm not looking for it. Please go ahead.
So it's been said that the tweets are really, really bad.
Yeah. I'm not reading those tweets out.
I saw one where he was referencing his sister, and it was heartbreaking for me. I'm like, let's even say it was a joke. It's a joke that's taken too far.
Yeah, I think that's
too extreme.
Very despicable things.
The other joke about pedophilia and all of that being, I don't know. Look, they're Nigerian people. They're world people. The internet, social media is not your diary. It's not. You don't put your darkest thoughts out. I'm not going to lie. And if we're going to be real with ourselves, we all have a lot of things that fly to our minds from time to time. I don't know about you, but from time to time, there are things that actually fly through your mind. But you also just keep it flying. Yeah. Do you understand? You don't write it down. You don't write, not to talk of tweeting it.
Tweeted it out, yeah.
Then you now became this tech bro. You are now a billionaire, more or less. And you didn't remember the things you wrote 12, 13 years ago? It's amazing. It's amazing how, people put out such things on social media. Please remember, social media is not your diary. And nobody likes you here. Trust me, everybody's just waiting for their turn to drag you, and don't provide it. Don't give them that opportunity. It's sad because this could actually wreck this guy. A lot of people have said things about him. I'm not going to go personal and say all of that. I'm just saying that use this as a learning curve. Learn how.
And I don't know why people
you don't put
learn.
out.
Yeah.
You don't put out.
Maybe every other person should look. It's time to go back to your social media and go and look for
scan.
Go and
search,
scan and check.
Use keywords.
Kind of things.
Girl,
however,
boy, money.
However,
church,
another
Jesus.
thing is, I've also heard all sorts of words that I've never heard before.
Yeah.
All sorts of things
that she hasn't heard before.
Y'all are doing so many interesting things in this country.
Polypropylene. It's some kind of chemical.
Oh my God!
But the words are similar.
Oh, they're quite a lot. On that note, that is all we have to take today on the bar. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back again on Monday at 3 p.m. West African time to give you another wonderful edition of the Boom Bar. Do have a beautiful, beautiful weekend.
Peace.